What's going on, guys? Tommy from FightCamp here, and in this video we're going to take you through a step-by-step guide on how to properly throw that lead hook. Now this is a very difficult punch to master, and it's something that's typically very awkward for beginners. This video is for you if you're new to boxing and you're just trying to learn, if you're trying to learn boxing from home, or if you're just trying to perfect that beautiful left hook. Before we get started, hit me up in the comment section below. Tell me, what inspired you to box? What are some questions that you might have or some things that you're struggling with? Or just let me know who's the celebrity that you'd most like to blast with that beautiful lead hook once you learn it. When you throw that lead hook, you want to start from your neutral stance with the weight evenly distributed on both legs. Now, you're going to need a little ammunition to throw this lead hook. So you're going to want to cheat over, transfer your weight to your lead leg, and that's going to be your ammunition where all the power comes from. And as you throw that lead hook, you want to take that weight and bring it across your body as you twist your whole torso and your hips, and then you land that hook literally with your elbow behind your fist. That's how you land that hook with the maximum amount of power. So let me do that again. I cheat over to my lead leg with some weight, and then I bring that weight across. I bring my elbow directly behind my fist so that my arm lands level, and I bring that punch directly through the target that I'm hitting. Just like that. All the power comes directly through your hips. The reason why the lead hook is so important is because it's literally one of the most devastating strikes in all combat sports. Ask Mike Tyson. So another trick to get the maximum amount of power when you throw this lead hook is when you transfer that weight to the lead leg and you throw that hook, the way you open it up, you should open it up a little bit wider than a 90-degree angle at the beginning. And then as you rotate your hips, once you get to about this point, you want to flex your bicep and close that into a 90-degree angle as you land it. That's going to give you a little whip motion. It's going to put that hook into a second gear so you can maximize that power. Let me show you what that looks like here. In the air first, so I transfer that weight to my lead leg. I open it up a little bit wider. I bring it across. I snap it into a 90-degree angle. Now let me show you what that should look like on the back. I'm here. I open up my hips. I transfer weight to my lead leg. And I bring it right through my hips. And I punch directly through that bag. And remember, I land it with my elbow directly behind my fist. One more time, transfer that weight, bring it across. All right, now when throwing that hook, there's a lot of common mistakes that you're gonna wanna avoid so that you maximize your power and the effectiveness of your technique. Common mistake number one is slapping with that hook. So what you see a lot is that a boxer might, cheat that weight over to that lead leg, throw that hook, and then slap it and not really turn that elbow over and land it like this. That's gonna rob you of a lot of power. Another common mistake that you see is people throwing that hook and not tucking their chin in the punch and leaving their chin way up in the air just like this, which is going to leave you exposed. Okay, and then another really detrimental mistake people make when throwing that hook is they drop the hand too low while they're throwing the punch. So let me show you what that looks like. What you'll see sometimes, the mistake is people will drop their hand way down here, down below at waist level, and then they'll sort of bring that hook across. This is something that's obviously not defensively sound, but it also robs you of a lot of power. When you're throwing this hook, I want you to imagine that there's this invisible line that runs right below your chin. And when you're in your stance, you have that line. You don't want, when you open up your hook, you don't want to cross that line with your hand. You want to pretend that that line is stopping you from bringing your fist below that point. You want to keep your fist above that line. And again, you bring it across, you snap it at the end, and you end it with your elbow behind your fist and your chin tucked. All right, so one of the most common myths about the lead hook is that all the power comes from the arm, right? And I think this probably comes from a lot of you guys watching these World Star videos and these street fight videos on YouTube. But in actuality, the power on that hook, remember, it's gonna come from rotating those hips just like that. There's not much arm that goes into throwing a proper hook. It all emanates from the legs and the hips. Okay, to review, you start in your neutral stance. You're gonna need to cheat your weight over to your lead leg. You can do that either by just cheating it over there or by throwing a punch to get your weight over there. Once you're there, you open up that hand. You don't drop it down to your waist. Instead, you just bring it horizontally across your body. You turn your hips, you pivot your foot, and you land it with your elbow behind your fist just like that. If you wanna get maximum power, When you bring it from out here, you start at a little bit wider of an angle than 90 degrees. And as you hit that halfway point, you flex that bicep and you turn that into a 90-degree angle. And that's going to give you a lot of snap and maximum power on that hook. All right. Thank you so much for joining me with this video on the lead hook. All right. So we make new videos like this every single week. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can be one of the first to know when we upload new content. I'll see you in the next video.